It just makes and gives you the opportunity to a global audience and a global reach. If your target audience is full-figured women, let your model be a full-figured woman. Collect reviews. Collect reviews from as many customers that purchase from your brand as possible, because reviews will help you to get more sales in the future. What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. In this one I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to set up an online store on Shopify. Shopify is where my online store is hosted, and I find it a very easy platform to navigate. As someone who is not very tech savvy, the whole thing is easy to edit, easy to use, and they have different price plans depending on where you are with your business. So if you'd like to find out more of how to set up your online store, make sure to keep on watching. If there's any topic or area I missed, please let me know in the comment section down below, and we could possibly do it as a future video or just have a discussion in the video comment section. Okay, with that being said, let's get into this.
Let's get ready to rumble!
All right, so the amazing thing with Shopify is I think they have 3 payment plans. The basic one is like $29 a month. The in-between one is like $79, which is for like a growing brand when you're getting more traction and you need to have access to more of their features. And then they have like a more advanced one for, I think it's $299. I think it's $299. I'll put up the right price on the screen so you guys have a better idea. Now, the great thing about having an online store is you can run your store from any part of the world because it's on the internet. So you can be in Africa and have clients in America. You can be in Europe and have clients in Asia. It just makes and gives you the opportunity to a global audience and a global reach, which is one thing I really love about having my online store. So I'm going to be breaking down the process and I think points and areas you need to cover to have your customers have a really good experience when they're navigating on your website. Now, once you've decided on the plan you want, you've created your account, you've made it to the back end of Shopify where you can start editing and playing around with your layout and your setting, they already have pre-designed templates that you can just go add your text, add your logo, add your products, and you can have your website running. So in terms of like doing like, you know, all those like complicated codes and all those things that even me sometimes I'm like, bro, what does this mean? It just makes the whole process a lot easier because they've done a lot of the work for you. So it's just for you to now go choose a template that suits your brand, suits your aesthetic, and edit that template so you have it ready to launch. Now, if none of the free templates are doing it for you, you can get a paid one, and they have a very big library of paid templates that you can choose from. And they've sort of organized them in terms of like industry. So like whether it's fashion, whether it's food. So it makes the process of searching for a template a lot easier for you when you're going through the platform. Now, once you've decided on your theme or template, the other thing I would say you should start like researching or playing around with is the fonts, the colors that you choose to work with for your brand, because everything has to tie together to make the experience more cohesive for the customers when they go onto the website. So for example, if you're a very more muted minimal brand, you would want to use really modern fonts, nothing curly, nothing too out there, something that would just make that customer immediately go, okay, this is my kind of brand. Everything is clean and modern and goes with the minimal aesthetic that your brand has. Now, the next point I want to cover is product photography. And this is something that people don't talk about enough. Now, if you have amazing products, but you don't photograph them nicely to show all the best features, to show all the amazing things that it has and all the amazing details, all the beautiful finishing, all the things that you've worked and developed over time, if you don't photograph that product really well, nobody will buy it, or you don't have as many sales. So don't compromise on the photography of your product, especially e-commerce photography, which is a lot more different from photography you will see on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter. With product photography, you want to show the front. I'm talking about garments now. You want to show the front, the back, and the key details. So when the person is on your website scrolling, they can immediately see that, okay, this is what the front of the dress looks like. This is what the back looks like. This is like what the finishing looks like on the hemline and on the sleeve. Another thing I would say with product photography is try and put your product on real women. I know with high-end stores, they tend to use slender, more slimmer models, but if your target audience is full-figured women, let your model be a full-figured woman, so people will have an easier time imagining what the garment would fit like or what the accessories will look like on them. All right, so I'm just going to open up my website and show you what it currently looks like, and we could just talk through the different aspects that I think you should have. So immediately once you come onto the website, you want people to see the name of your brand, the name of your business. I say it should be one of the first things that people see. Also, if you can have like a top banner that shows the different categories of products you sell, whether you are selling clothing, accessories, tops, bottoms, like it should just be there so people will be able to just navigate the website very, very easily. If you can also have a banner on top with any announcements, any promotions, have that in there as well so people know, okay, if I spend £199, I'm getting free shipping. That way it would incentivize them. Incentivize? What? Incentivize? English is hard. It will motivate them, it will ginger them to spend more money to get that free shipping. Next up, you need to have beautiful images on your, I'll call this the banner, which is the first image that the person would see once they come onto the website. It should ideally have a piece from your most recent collection or one of your best sellers that you know would pull people in. This was a dress from my Urwa collection, which launched earlier this year. So I'm filming this video end of 2021. It most likely go up January 2022. So this was from my most recent collection, or at least new collection that I've made. And then I have found that having my about, which is like just a brief bio about the business, so who you are, what you do, and why people should buy from you, have that somewhere on top. So once people come on the website, they immediately know what the shop is about and what you offer. So here I just have a short 3 lines just saying Kim Dave's an independent women's wear and accessories label influenced by the heritage of South Nigeria, and there is a link where the person can click and go and read a longer about section about who makes the clothes, the inspiration behind the clothes, what is sold on the website, so on and so forth. So after that, the other thing I would say is have like a sign up link, you know, those boxes where people can leave their email so they can get newsletter. Have that prominent on your website because you want to be able to send people newsletters when you have a new collection, when you have a promotion, when you have some kind of event going on, just to inform anyone who is really interested in your brand. Next up, I would say having the categories that you had on top, if you can have them somewhere on the website as people scroll. So there is like a section for, I don't know, dresses, tops, bottoms, accessories. If you can just have like clear demarcation and clear categories that people can just click and find what they are looking for, especially when you start to have a lot of products, it just makes the whole search a lot easier. Something else I would say is useful to have is to have a list of your best sellers, your top performing products. If you can just have like a short list of 6 to 8 products there, so people will have an idea of, okay, so these are the things that are popping out, I should check them out, I should see what they look like, what the price is like. If you can have that on the homepage, that is also quite useful. And then the other thing I would say is really important is to collect reviews. Collect reviews from as many customers that purchase from your brand as possible, because reviews will help you to get more sales in the future. People buy from people at the end of the day, and people want to be sure that someone else has bought it and they liked it, and if there's anything that people should be aware of, maybe in terms of sizing, in terms of buttons, you know, any of those information that people would rather hear from another customer than from you, the owner, let people leave reviews. If you can find a plugin to add to your store that sends people emails after they bought a product so they can leave a review, add that, collect all those reviews because they are very, very, very important. Another area I would like to cover is the pages that I think you should have on your store aside having products for sale. I say having a page that shares an about, so what is the business about, who founded the business, an about page is very, very important. If you can add like a contacts button, so you know that space where people would be able to like leave a message or get in contact with you. If you can leave like an email address somewhere in the about or somewhere on your website, so if people wanted to contact you, they would be able to do that. What your returns policy is, oh, because this one is going to give you headache. If you don't have a page about returns policy, you might encounter a challenging client that will give you headache if things are not spelled clearly. Also have a page about shipping, what your shipping time is, what your shipping cost is, if your shipping is by weight or if it is by cost, have a page for that as well. You also need an FAQ page. So if you go onto the back end, this is what the sidebar looks like. You have home, orders, products, inventory, collections, customers, so on and so forth. If you scroll down to online store, you would see pages. So under pages, you'll be able to create different pages that you can then pin onto the home page, top menu or bottom menu for people to actually click and read. So I have a page called FAQs. Now on FAQs, I would add questions and answers that I get a lot. So who makes the clothes, where are my materials sourced, what the shipping period is like, which kind of payment options do I accept. I will add all those information on there. And with FAQs, you will start to notice frequent questions that you will get via messages, DM, and emails, and you can just update your frequently asked questions page on your website as you go on with time. So I just wanted to talk briefly about how to add products onto the Shopify website. So if you click on the products link, it will take you to a page that says all product inventory, transfers, collection, gift card, etc. So if you go to the right top corner, you would see a green button that says add product. If you click on that, it takes you to a page that looks like this, and on this page you have a space for the product title, you have a space for the description, you have a space for the media, which is product photos and videos of the product. You have a space for pricing, for inventory, the quantity, and to indicate the weight of the product, if it's a physical or a digital product. And then you have some information about the customs, which is where the product was made, and then the HS code. So if we go onto the top and decide the name of the product is a brown bag, let's say that's what the product is. You can decide on whatever you want to call your product. You write the description in there. The description should highlight the features and benefits of the product, then key details, any dimensions, the model statistics as well, what height, what size, so that gives the customer a better idea of how it would fit or look on them. And then if it's like an accessories, the measurements, care tips, anything right on there. And then if you scroll down to the bottom and click on add files, you'll be able to add photos and videos of the product on there. If you continue to scroll to the bottom, you see a space for pricing. And let's say the product is £25. You can actually put the cost per price of your product here, so that way you're able to track what your profit is. And then if you continue to the bottom, you would see the space for variants, which is where you can put the price and the quantity that you have in stock. So say under the options you have a mini, and then you have a maxi. When you then go to your variants, you'll be able to add the price for the different variant that you have. So that is what it looks like in terms of adding a new product. You can also decide the sales channels here. So if you want this to be available for sale on Facebook, on Shopify, on Pinterest, on TikTok, you can click and decide where you want this to be available for sale. The last area I would like to cover is shipping and deciding on your shipping rates. I get these questions a lot. like a whole lot via DMs and emails. And on the Shopify website, if you go onto settings, which is usually the last item on the side menu, so the side menu is typically on the left side of your screen if you're looking at your setting or your computer on a desktop. So if you go onto settings and you click through, so if you scroll down to the bottom, you will see the options for delivery, shipping and delivery. Now if you click onto that, you will be able to create shipping rates based on zones. So in a zone, you can add a group of countries or you can add just one country. So if we go on to, I have 9 zones here and I manage them from one location, which is my studio. If we go to manage rates, you would be able to add a rate for shipping based on the different zones. So say I want to, let me just scroll down to say USA. You can click on add rates at the bottom. And with the shipping rates, you can either decide based on weight of the parcel or the order, or you can decide on the price. Now, I do mine based on weight because most of the courier companies that I use actually calculate based on weight and the size of the parcel that you're sending off. They don't care how much the dress costs. They just want to know how much does it weigh, how big is the box, and then they will charge you accordingly. So if you are based in the UK, for example, you can decide to work with Royal Mail, you can decide to use DPD, you can decide to use Hermes, you can decide to use Parcel Force. There are so many different options. So I say just spend a day, like a good number of hours, just research the different courier companies in your country, in your area. Write down the different prices that they charge based on the different sizes of boxes that they use, whether it's DHL, FedEx. Just take note of that so you can either charge your customers based on the weight of their order, or you can do the option where you factor in the shipping rate into the product price and offer them free shipping. So the option is really up to you, but yeah, you can just decide whatever you want. Now, if you notice a lot of people, or if your products are really big and bulky and you have to, like, a shipping costs a lot, you can either decide to split the shipping in such a way that you offer a subsidized shipping to the customer and you add the rest to the product cost. So that way the customer doesn't have to pay a lot of shipping and you cover up for your business expenses by adding it on to the product prices. I hope that helped and I hope that made sense. You can also add conditions. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. So you can add conditions when you're deciding on your rate. So if you want to do it based on weight, you can decide. So all parcels that are between 1 kilo to 5 kilograms would cost, I don't know, £10 to ship. Depends on what you consider expensive or cheap. And you can name this, I don't know, medium parcel or small parcel or lightweight, whatever name you want to come up with. And then once you click on done, it would add it onto the list of shipping options that your customer has. Now for this zone, for example, which is the US, I have different shipping rates. I have one for FedEx, which is £30, 1 to 4 days. I have free shipping, which is what you get when you spend over £199. I have Royal Mail, which takes a lot longer, but it is a lot cheaper. So the customer has the option to choose what suits them. I hope this helped. So that is everything I'm going to be covering in this video. If there's a particular area that you want me to mention that I didn't talk about in this video, please let me know in the comment section down below. If you have any further questions, feel free to ask as well. I'll try to answer as many as possible. Also, if you have an online store, please share your experience. What platform do you use? Do you use Shopify? Is it good? If you use any other platforms, share as well. How much does it cost you? Is it worth it? Is this something you would advise people to do, you know, actually selling online? For me, it works for me, and that's because I'm able to sell a variety of products that covers the cost of running the website and also makes me some profits from month to month. Now, if you have any other questions in terms of fashion business tips aside from online store and e-com, let me know in the comment section down below, so that could be a possible future video on the channel. If you enjoyed this video, share your thoughts and feedback as well. Give it a thumbs up, and until my next video, have a good morning, afternoon and evening wherever you are. Bye.